So I wanted to keep everybody appraised and updated here. The big story is in Florida, where they're claiming 13 tons of dead fish have washed ashore on Fort Myers Beach. And given that there are other affected beaches as well in Florida, that's a very concerning death count. So here are some videos that were sent to me concerning the situation in Florida.
Remember, guys, this is the way of life. This is how it is. This is a way of life. Absolutely. If you want to think this is the way of life, then you have a very grim outlook on life. The way of life should be everything living, enjoying life. But that's a sheep's head. That's a hardy fish right there. Lots of them out here, and the smell is fucking terrible. So this is a wake-up call for everybody. Time to wake up. Remember, guys, this is the way of life. This is how it is. This is a way of life. All right, guys. Today we're on Siesta Beach. So walking up here, the smell of fish is terrible. Dead mullet right there. Fish kill up on the beach. Atlantic spadefish. Spadefish is pretty hardy fish too. Dead sailcat. Sailcats typically die because they eat all the dead fish, so they're typically first ones to go. Fresh kill. Pinfish. Yep. Another sailcat. Not good. More dead fish. Greenback. Pinfish. Right here. More fish kill. Looks like toadfish, which you don't want to step on. Some more sardines. Atlantic spadefish. There's a dead eel right there, guys. Another sheep's head. Super hardy fish. Puffer fish. Do not want to step on that.
Now, I think there's a very important question to be asked here. As to, is it really this red tide situation that we're being told? Or is it something altogether different? In Canada, we saw the government deploying rotenone. You can see that right here. This is the chemical compound of rotenone. I would be very curious for anybody living in Florida affected by this, if we could get the water tested for rotenone. Now, some people are concerned that it might be related to what happened in Ohio, where we also saw a bunch of dead fish. Again, my question is it TCDD, which a lot of people are pointing at, which I haven't seen any testing about, although I do expect that we'll hear in the coming weeks that they found dioxin. And I'm really worried about this environmental tyranny that's coming after that story. I really hope they don't forcibly evacuate everybody. And I'm going to be fighting tooth and nail against that. But I'm wondering if rotenone might be the chemical that they're actually using to kill these fish. And that the rest is a smokescreen and an excuse for eco-fascism. And we have two other stories I want to cover concerning this mass fish die-off we're seeing around the world. The next story is in Indiana. Winona Lake, Indiana, experienced a mass fish kill. So I'd love to see this water get tested for rotenone. According to the official story here on Times Union Online, local news in that region, they're blaming it on a lack of oxygen. Or they're suggesting it. Actually, they're just saying it's typically one of the primary causes. Or is it one of their favorite excuses? Now, my theory is a lot of these fish kills are like what we saw in Canada, where it's the government purposefully poisoning the water to prevent us from getting that type of food, for fishing and being self-sufficient. That's what worries me here. Now, it's not much better for us if it's a natural or other explanation, other than the fact our government's not purposefully trying to suppress the food supply for some Stalinistic genocide. But that's still my leading theory. And we have one more fish die-off I want to cover in Michigan, Ford Lake. Let's watch the video.
Something's not right. Dead crappie everywhere down here. Look at this shit. Look at this crap. There's Rossonville Road right there. Some kind of bullshit spilled into the river.
So yet again, another concerning story. Thank you to the person who sent me this one. I'm extremely disturbed, obviously, that we're seeing hundreds of tons around the world of dead fish washing ashore. Remember, one of the biggest stories was between Poland and Germany. They said 300 tons of dead fish. And when they were trying to clean the river out, their hands were burning. The water was making their hands burn. So we have the governments pouring rotenone into the water, at least in Canada, purposefully poisoning a bunch of fish. I believe it was called Nox Fish, the compound. Basically to eradicate fish from lakes and ponds. And I decided before I publish the video, let's look this up. Look at what the side effects are of rotenone. Rotenone can irritate the skin, causing a rash or burning feeling on contact, among other issues like irritation of the breathing passageways, nausea, vomiting, abdominal cramps, headaches, muscle tremors, convulsions, and seizures. Rotenone. Just like what we saw in Poland, when 300 tons of fish died suddenly, and cleanup workers' hands were burning. Not to mention, it's also neurotoxic to humans, it seems. And the environmentalists are just pouring it into waterways.
Yes, probably is pretty dangerous, but we're going to turn that off. And if it's that dangerous, come on over. So, I got the poison. So anyway, what are the effects of this stuff since I'm soaked in it?
That stuff is to save an ecosystem from a dangerous...
No, that stuff's to kill an ecosystem. I'm asking you, what are the effects on a human?
You don't have a shred of evidence for that. Tom.
Doing it here. You grab that card for me. So hey, this is, they only got about 2 gallons of poison in before I got here. So anyway, and 2 gallons of poison already killed at least 50 some fish. So this is bad stuff. We need you here. There's not much else that I can do here where they're going down the river. So we're gonna head back out. But yeah, folks, we need you here, Miramichi Lake.
Nox Fish. The Canadian government was caught using that. And it's very similar to now what we're being fearmongered about. TCDD, which they say is extremely dangerous and carcinogenic in trace amounts. Yet they're pouring Nox Fish into our lakes and streams.